There are big snowplows and small snowplows in the city fleet. An out-of-the-ordinary Wildcat road patcher is a one-person attack on potholes. Our streets are kept clean with special street sweepers. You'll find what's called a skid steerer scooping up special trash pickups. Collection packers with unique scoops pick up your leaves. And of course, sanitation trucks that pick up your garbage. Have you ever thought about federal laws requiring underbridge safety inspections? Milwaukee has, with a tool you won't find in most community toolboxes. With a 52-foot-long extension, the official name of the Underbridge Inspection Unit is a reach-all. On this day, it had been rented by Harley-Davidson. The regular decorative lights on several downtown bridges were replaced with orange lights for their anniversary. The reach-all is the only one in the city.
I use it mainly for electrical, iron workers, painters use it. We used to go down on a ladder over the rail, and the guys didn't like that at all. In the old days, they banged their knees. You had to wear all your safety harnesses, and you fall, you're hanging from the ladder over the water. This is much more efficient. I can get it when I need it. It's faster, it's cheaper, it gets the work done better. The iron workers can get underneath the bridge. It's articulated, it goes out at a 90, down and back in at a 90, so they can get to any spot on the bridge we can get to without being on the water. Barges in the water on the river are a problem. We used to work from barges, but river traffic keeps going back and forth. We lose a lot of time, a lot of man hours. It's much cheaper actually in the long run to use this piece of equipment than doing it the old way with the barges and stuff. The painters use it, same thing, painting beams underneath. It's easier to get underneath there. I do a lot of electrical work with it. All the conduit for the bridges runs underneath the bridge. This is the only one in the city. I think it might be the only one in the region, southeastern Wisconsin. We rent it out to municipalities, the state, the county. So it brings in a little extra cash for the city of Milwaukee too.
Keeping traffic moving safely in the proper lanes and right side of the street is a job for another one of a kind in the city of Milwaukee. It's been nicknamed Cheesy because it was built in Wisconsin. Officially, it's a long line striper.
We're out every day from 4 a.m. until noon, and we're all over. We do the entire city. We use pavement marking paint, and depending on the temperature, like if it's 80 degrees, it'll dry, like the minute she hits the pavement, it's dry. Anything like 70 to 80, it might take anywhere from about 2 to 5 minutes to dry. Anything below 70, we're looking at maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Only thing really difficult is when the public, when they get behind us and we have our lights on and the arrow board is telling you to go to the right or to the left, they'll stay directly behind the follow truck instead of following directions. So to make the job a lot easier and the street look better, follow the directions the arrow truck is pointing to. So if I get on a street where the paint is really faded, and then once you spray and you go back and you look at your job and the street looks so much better, so much better.
Milwaukee's 2,400 miles of sewers also look so much better with the help of another specialized piece of equipment, a jet vac.
We use this to clean sanitary water systems, storm water systems, and our combine sewer system. We clean them on a 36-month cycle. It holds a capacity of 1,300 gallons of water. It has a pressure of 2,000 psi. It has the capacity to vac debris, water, what have you, up to 60 feet. And the main purpose of this machine is to alleviate blockages in the sewer, to alleviate stormwater overflow on the surface of the road. Years ago, we used to have to manually take out mobile pumps and have laborers just sit out there days at a time until we can get a large excavating crew to do the excavation to find out where the blockage was. But with this machine, we can alleviate the water right on site, and most of the time, 80% of the time, we can go through the blockage with this jet nozzle, which goes through there at 2,000 psi. So in all, we have a pretty good clean operation in the city of Milwaukee.
Well, you need the right piece of equipment to get the job done. And one of the things that we try to do here is take that right piece of equipment, get the job done with it, And then it's our responsibility here to keep it up and running for as absolutely long as we can possibly do that.
And that means clean vehicles in addition to properly maintained vehicles. And Building and Fleet Services recently opened an upgraded drive-through high-pressure wash system.
The main reason they don't run through the corner car wash is because the only thing you can take through the corner car wash are cars and pickups. With the size of equipment we've got, some of it over 11 feet tall, there aren't many of your corner car washes that you can drive it through. This unit starts out with a low pressure soap. You roll through it and then it goes to a high pressure rotating nozzle wash, and it's extremely high pressure. You're inside those vehicles, it feels like the doors are coming off. We need to prolong the life of these vehicles as long as we possibly can. And by keeping the fleet clean and as rust-free as possible, it will extend the life and improve the looks of the fleet.
The Department of Public Works is among the most visible departments in the city, impacting citizens in many ways, delivering public work services 24 hours a day. One-of-a-kind and specialized vehicles and equipment are among the ways city government contributes to the quality of life in Milwaukee.
People ultimately know what they want, they know what they need. Our responsibility is to provide them with the tools and the information and the resources to help them get to where we want. So we're not an agency that goes out and seeks to do things for people or on behalf of them, but what we do is we empower them to do for themselves. And that's really what HomeSource is about. It's about providing opportunities for low to moderate income homeowners, people who want to improve their homes, who may not have the means to purchase things from a regular retail operation, but it gives them the opportunity to come in and purchase the materials and find the materials and things that they need to improve their homes. First and foremost, you have to be a resident of the city of Milwaukee. So as long as you're a city of Milwaukee resident, you can come in and check it out. We do focus on low to moderate income homeowners, primarily individual homeowners, while we realize that multiple property owners have a need too. Our focus is really on those individual homeowners.
To keep the doors open and the lights on, the center has annual membership fees for its sale and tool loan programs. It also gets some help in the form of community development block grant funds provided by the city. The donated goods provide bargains that can range from 50 to 90% off the retail cost.
In order to shop here, you have to be a City of Milwaukee resident. The membership is $15 a year, and what that entitles them to is it entitles them to shop at HomeSource. We do, in order to qualify, you have to meet a certain HUD income guidelines. For example, a family of 4 can make no more than $51,000 a year. The tool loan program is a wonderful program. It enables a lot of City of Milwaukee residents to work on their homes with tools that are donated from various groups. And what that offers is we have things such as ladders, carpet machines, sanders, sawzalls, wet saws. There's a large variety of tools that we offer. And how that works is it's a $25 membership. They can come in, they have to be a City of Milwaukee resident, and they're able to shop and use our tools.
We get the building materials donated from a variety of sources. We have a mixture here at HomeSource of new materials and gently used materials. The new materials come from commercial manufacturers or donations from all over the building materials sector. The gently used materials very often come from individual homeowners who are either doing a demolition of their home or a major rehab of their home. They want to dispose of the materials. They no longer need them, but they're working, they're still in good condition, and know that there may be an opportunity for someone else to make use of those materials. And so they call us, we go out and we pick up the donations, both corporate and individual, and bring them here to the warehouse. The donors of the materials benefit from the tax deduction, and the end users benefit from the opportunity to get the materials at a low cost.
Normally when we get in donated building materials, we have like for example, Holland Lindsay Paints. They give us a lot of donated painting material and products. And what we'll do is we'll go out and we'll do a cross-comparison analysis. And I'll take 3 bids, and then what I'll do is I'll offer our customers a 50% to start off. And then as inventory dies down, what we'll do is we'll offer it at 75 to 90% off. One of the great needs that we have is white paint, which Holland Lindsay sells that at regular price, so they normally give us the stuff that's a sell-off of like the colored paints. We have a great need for drywall, new cabinets. We do get a variety of used kitchen cabinets in from private donors, but there is a great need for the newer cabinets, carpeting, and things of that nature.
Donations come from all over the state. Since 1993, the community revitalization effort has received donated building materials with a value of more than $1 million.
It's very valuable. A lot of our people that shop here, we have over 1,300 members, and they really depend on it to come here and to get great service and to get great products. It makes the community a better place. Our philosophy is to redo one home at a time.
You can find the materials that you need to repair your home and the tools you need to install those materials. So it's a unique operation to the city of Milwaukee. It's a growing industry though throughout the country. We're happy that we have a niche. We're looking to grow HomeSource, provide more opportunities, get HomeSource out there to more homeowners and more donors, so they can find out how they can both benefit from the store. So we're all about helping to build community.
That is a Madagascar hissing cockroach, and that's the sound it makes when threatened. Live specimens like these are among the attractions at Bugs Alive, insects and their relatives.
We use the term bugs loosely to include all of the arthropods. These are the animals that have that tough exoskeleton or suit of armor. And of course the insects are the largest group.
The largest and most successful group of animals, making up 80% of all life on Earth. Visitors are able to handle some of them, but the venomous ones in the exhibit remain behind glass walls.
The walking sticks are interesting. Here in Wisconsin we have a number of different kinds. In the tropics they get to be much more diverse and much larger. So we've got a couple of examples of both the size that you'd find here in Wisconsin and these larger walking sticks. And they're basically vegetation feeders, so strictly feed on leaves and nothing else. They look very much like a twig, and they act like one too. They'll tend to sway in the breeze, move very slowly, and that's their defense, looking like they're not alive. Well, the Madagascar hissing cockroaches we really like because they tend to be very docile. They don't have wings like some of the other roaches and aren't quite as fast moving. So we actually give the public an opportunity to have a hands-on experience with those if they'd like to see a roach right up close. They can have them crawl on them. And their defense, because they can't fly away, is to produce a hissing sound out of what would be the equivalent of our nose and mouth. Bullet ants occur in Central and South America. They have one of the most potent stings of any of the bees and wasps, and ants are all related. And they're a primitive kind of ant, so there's not a lot of difference between, say, the queen and the worker caste. But they have this very potent sting. So the other name for them is the 24-hour ant, because apparently if you're stung by one, it feels like you've been hit by a bullet or are out of commission for about 24 hours. But we've brought them into our exhibit here because they're very large, and it's easy to see the queen, see her laying the eggs, the workers tending her ant, the developing young, and so it's really much easier for people to learn something about ants and these social insects, how they operate. People sometimes don't appreciate the number, the diversity of them. There are more kinds of insects than any other kind of animal, and of course their abundance is huge as well. But because they're not oftentimes active during the day or visually apparent to us, we tend to overlook them, but they're very important in terms of the ecology of our world. So we wanted to make sure people were introduced to the various groups, and that's what we try to do in this new exhibit. Part of the appreciation, there are all different kinds of insects and other arthropods that occur right here in Wisconsin. You don't have to go someplace tropical to find them. And so this is a good introduction to those groups, whether it's crayfish that might occur along a stream, some kind of beetle that's in your backyard, a walking stick. We've got examples of all of these different kinds of different arthropods, and hopefully people will take their experience here and have a little bit different eye when they're walking through their own backyard or a local park.
If this exhibit doesn't bug you enough, the museum's butterfly wing is right next door. It offers an up-close look at hundreds of live tropical butterflies in a rainforest setting. And at the other end of the building, the IMAX Dome Theater is featuring Bugs, a show with more than 40 different rainforest bugs. There are live feeding sessions at Bugs Alive at 11 a.m. each day, hands-on activities from 1 to 2. Kids can also ride a 7-foot-long fiberglass beetle, but the stars of the exhibit are the live animals.
Well, a lot of oohs and ahs and icks, and then let me take a closer look and, gee, this is really interesting. So I think people are breaking through some of their perhaps misinformation or fears, and here they've got a nice safe environment. They can get right up close to a scorpion or a tarantula. They don't have to worry about being bitten, and they can really see what these animals look like and maybe appreciate a little something about their role in nature.